Advantage of FHA loan in 2023 for home buyers.
But first, let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast and YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Honestly, we call text all the time at 252-327-3357. We love talking to you. We are super excited. Don't forget to grab our buyer's guide and the seller's guide in the description below.
Exactly. Therefore, today we wanted to break down why we think the FHA loan with rising the interest rate in August 2023 is a good choice for the home buyers. No?
Right, and a lot of people, a lot of people have a lot of misunderstandings about loans, and then they look at it. And honestly, now is a great time to buy a home if you're a first-time home buyer because you have less competition out there. Yes, interest rates are high because the government is trying to fight inflation. However, with less people around there and prices still continuing to increase, owning a home is a hedge against inflation. So by having this home that you own for yourself and you still get in the game, you are still protecting yourself from future inflation. You are getting a home of your dreams, and it makes so much financial sense. So let's talk about more of the FHA program.
Exactly. And also we're going to break down more stuff that you're going to be happy. Stay tuned till end of this YouTube and podcast. Therefore, basically, we here wanted to highlight some of the benefit for the first-time home buyers that using the FHA loan, and saying that what kind of the benefits you think we have for the FHA loan.
Well, really, I think the most important one is going to be that lower down payment. And then even with this market that we're in right now with the filming of this video, when interest rates are high, less buyers are out there, and then you have 3.5% down, if you need something to where it's not less than 0%, 3.5% down, there are options now that were available now that were not available last year at the filming of FHA videos because the market has shifted, interest rates are higher, so there are less buyers out there. So banks are more willing to work with you if you are going for an FHA loan. So this is amazing news. You're not competing with millionaires. You're competing and you're getting more attention. So if you're looking for attention from a bank that's going to try to help you, now's the time.
Exactly. Therefore, based on what my wife said, she mentioned first the lower down payment, which is 3.5%. Therefore, you're going to finance 96.5% of the total gross amount of the mortgage, and also more flexibility for the guidelines that the government put for the underwriting of your loan.
And also, with that interest rates that are rising, FHA is traditionally lower than the other market rates. So you're still getting the lowest market rate out there unless you're VA, because FHA's one of their missions is to make sure that it's more affordable. So one of the things that they're trying to do is try to keep that more affordable than the market rate in other loans.
And this is one of the things that makes the FHA actually popular. And as my wife said, the interest rate is at least 0.25% less than the conventional loan or similar loan is.
She's going to tell you the numbers.
And basically now we wanted to talk advantage of FHA loan in higher rate interest environment. No?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Can you elaborate more about that, what we wanted to talk?
I think where he means that we're going to talk about how it's a little easier to qualify for an FHA loan because you do not have to have 640, 800 credit score in order to get an FHA loan. Again, this is a government-backed program to where they are giving people a chance with lower credit scores. And there's misconceptions out there. So if you want 3.5%, the guidelines are actually 580. If your credit is 500, you can actually still get an FHA loan. You just need to bring more to the table at closing.
Exactly. Therefore, what we wanted to talk about now, some incentives.
Right.
And exclusive for the first-time home buyer. As my wife said, the government really is trying to help people with the lower income and also those that have a lower credit score and they wanted to be still a homeowner, helping them. However, again, the different grants also is running in different part of the country that you need to pay attention to, that we can also here come up with some of them that might help you.
And not just national grants or state grants. Sometimes the companies that do mortgages also have programs in order to help you cover that 3.5%. Now, they did not have these programs last year. This is why getting an FHA loan now is actually a better idea if you need help, because now they are more willing to try to help you, which is great. So let's just talk about some of the national grants, and then we're going to go to our local ones that we know about, and maybe there's more in the comments. So we'd love to read even more if you've got one.
Exactly. Therefore, one of them is HFA, which is Housing Finance Agency program, that also is a program that provide grants for the home buyers.
Another one is going to be, of course, your HUD Good Neighbor. This is for teachers, policemen, firemen, where they offer you $7,500 down in down payment assistance.
Exactly.
And they give you slightly better deals if you actually qualify for that national program. Not many in our area do, but hey, it's still an option. What's another one?
Home Ready Mortgage, which is part of the Freddie Mac programs that also provide for the home buyers good incentive. What about the next one?
Now, some states like Texas and California also have grants for their people. I'm just naming two that I know of. We do not have a state-specific program that I know of in North Carolina, but I think my husband's going to tell us a little bit more about company ones that are offered.
Exactly. Therefore, my wife also wanted to mention about Wells Fargo First Time Homebuyer University. That could be also, if you were working with the Wells Fargo Bank, that could be also incentive for you.
Maybe you don't qualify traditionally. Maybe you need to you're looking at new construction, and some of these new constructions also have home buyer programs to where they can help you get in on a house. What's another thing that they offer?
Also, do you want me to say about local market?
Yeah, talk about our local market.
Local market, at least we know a couple program that is running. One of the program actually that it depends on, we have a video about it, is about a program that gives you $15,000 grant, and you need an income limitation. For 4%, you have $111,000, which is a good income for the North Carolina. And basically, you can use portion of this $15,000 for your down payment and the closing cost. And if your income goes above that, they have some guideline that can help you and still give you the grant.
And this is just one issue. We know of quite a few local lenders that all have their own program going. So definitely, I would always recommend, no matter where you are, know what the local lenders are doing, because the national companies are going to say one thing, but they don't always deliver on their promises, whereas local lenders are way more likely to deliver on their promises because they have a local reputation to uphold.
Therefore, exactly. What you wanted to cover then?
Now I want to talk about those high interest rates, which are scaring first-time home buyers.
Exactly. What do you want to talk
now,
about?
I said at the beginning, now FHA is a government-backed loan. You're going to get a fixed-rate loan. There's specific costs with lender fees. You're getting a competitive interest rate. Now, don't be scared of those higher interest rates. If you own a home, it's a hedge against inflation. So your home is more likely to go up in value the more inflation happens. So the more you get in on a home, even with those higher interest rates, that's still a good thing. I even had somebody tell me that they were going with an adjustable rate recently, even though it was FHA, because they were betting that in 5 years FHA was going to lower the rate, so they would get a lower rate in 5 years. I don't know about that. I'm not promising something like that. I'm just telling you what somebody told me, why they had chosen that option. But basically, you're getting... Most people go with fixed rate because of the 2008 crash. You're going to get a higher interest rate, which means you are super able to afford that home. And if something happens in the future, if you're renting, the rent is going to increase. But if you own a home and the prices, how much you owe on that house goes down, rates go lower, you can refinance it and get an even lower payment. So you're looking to lower payments with fixed rates, and you're never going to increase those rates because it's fixed. So it's another thing to really consider. Interest rates are high right now, but will they be high forever? I don't know. I don't know the future, but I do know that there are people out there who say, hey, I need to buy a home. I'm going to pay it off as much as I can. I have a financial plan, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to own property, and that's a great thing.
Exactly. One thing that you shouldn't forget also is that advice, definitely shop around. Don't think about always your credit score. It's important to have a good credit score, but remember, if you have the window that they always say 2 to 3 weeks, that if you're shopping for the rate is going to be okay. But I always say, why not be in the safe side and not exceeding a 1 week of window, that if you wanted to shop around, and definitely We suggest, because as a local real estate agent in North Carolina, specifically Greenville and Winterville, if you are shopping in any city, make sure that you stick with the local. Because if you go with the companies that are out of your state, they might have a different guidelines, and sometimes you end up to paying even the more closing costs and the guideline that could be a hurdle for you to close on the house that you love.
So anyway, if you're looking for local help, we're here. If you're looking for national help, we can definitely find you the right person no matter where you are, because we'll get somebody just like us. But if you are in the local Greenville, Winterville area, definitely don't forget to call us.
And don't forget to subscribe in our channel to support us. And our number is 252-327-3357. Thank you.